be standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me.
Hello, hello. So I guess it's just me and you right now, Tina. I don't know if I messed it up earlier or not when I was scheduling it. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, Miss Jingles. I'm going to drop the link for you, darling. There's the link, Jingles. Hello, Miss Dana Kay. Tina. Hope all you ladies are good. Good. I'm glad Jens could hear me. I was starting to wonder if I was going to have anybody come in tonight. I know Mr. McDonough is still working on his live, so. Did you grab the link, Jingles? Just put out what you wanted to say. Oh, okay. 9 in chat. And I know we were supposed to be working on other cases this week, folks, but Miss Jingles got a hold of me and we just have some more important news that we need to put out. Jingles, do you see the link? Hello, lighting the way. Hope all is well today, guys. Okay, sweetheart. And I did not mean to flip to you. I could not be out on the back porch. It is too cold. But I still got my coffee and stuff, just like we discussed. And as the title says, guys, we're going to be talking Kaylee Jones again. But we're getting insight. We're getting down and deep personal insight from Miss Jingles 78 herself. Gosh, it seems awful quiet for some reason. How have you been today, lighting the way? I saw you put a video out earlier. Or I believe you put one out today, didn't you? Dana and Tina, you are both still blue, right? Because it's not showing up blue on my side. Sheila, hey, sweetheart.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. You know that your real name's showing up, right?
I do, and I don't know how to change it when I went in there. Oh well, it is
Oh,
what it is, I guess.
okay.
I'm here, don't guess.
Okay, now listen, if for some strange reason, if my internet cuts out, you just keep talking and I'll come right back in, okay?
Okay, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try. Um.
Oh,
Oh,
are you there? Okay. You're going to try what, sweetheart? Uh-oh. Yours, this, my signal's going in and out, or yours is? Jingles, I'll drop the link again in case you need it. Yours, Tina. Okay. I'm worried about mine. I don't want mine to go out. Here we go. There's Miss Jingles back.
yes. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to get chat to show up while I'm viewing this, but
Oh,
anyway, I messed it up.
I can't help you with that one, sweetheart. I ain't figured that one out yet. I can't even go on anybody's panel with my phone, so I don't know why, but it won't never work for me.
Yeah, I had to go through. Yeah, it took me through a long loop. Um,
Well, mine,
try,
if for some reason it keeps telling me that my mic and my camera won't work on my phone, that something's blocking it. So, and I tried to figure out what it was, but it I can't figure it out. Okie doke. Are you froze up?
stuff before I could come on.
Okay, you there now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You want to start this out with tell everybody how you met Brenda and Danny?
I met Brenda and Danny 2.5 months or so ago, right after Kaylee went missing. I had a bunch of flyers printed up, and I just showed up on their doorstep, introduced myself, and asked what I could do to help.
And before you met them, how did you feel about this case?
I thought they were guilty.
See, you went farther than I did because I wasn't gonna say they were guilty. I just thought the
Well,
police needed to look further into it. But
I thought that there was more to it.
yeah,
I just thought I don't know. Thought there was more to it. I actually apologized to Brenda the first time I met her for even thinking that without talking to her first
right.
and not listening to just online stuff.
Okay, does Brenda know that you're here talking with me?
Yes, she does.
And she's completely fine with that, correct?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
We actually did a TV show yesterday for um I went blank.
Crime door.
Crime Door. Me and her and Danny together. It should be coming out hopefully one day next week.
Okay, good. Now, do you want to? All right, to set to rest. Does Danny and Brenda they love their children, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. The property has been searched, correct?
Yes, it has.
And the house.
Yes, it has.
Okay. I'm just trying to get some facts out there first before we start discussing. Kaylee was not in school. She disappeared in June. So she was not taking school classes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. She was from what you tell me, she was taking Joshua Law, which is the driver's ed classes for Georgia.
Correct. She had already went and applied for her license and got her license, but they could not give them to her until she finished the 40 hours of instructional time for Joshua's Law.
Okay. Um, the rumor about her getting drugged across the kitchen floor by the hair of her head back in February before she ran away the first time.
Mm-hmm.
True or not true?
Not true.
That we know of.
That we know of.
That we know of. Okay.
Uh,
I'm just trying to be fair both sides.
you're absolutely right. I was not there. I cannot say one way or another. From what I know of the parents now, and I'm talking about from spending endless hours with Brenda.
Right.
I talk to her nonstop every day, all day long, 7 days a week. If I'm
Okay.
not there, we're on the phone together.
Was Kylie or Kate, sorry, you have to forgive me because
I,
the Kylie Rodney case, okay? Was Kaylee homeschooled all of her life?
no, Kaylee went to a couple, a few different schools, some paid private schools and some public schools. The only time she was homeschooled is really around COVID, when
Oh, we can't say that. Can't say that, Brenda or Sheila. We can't say that C word.
COVID.
Okay. So the start of 2020 is when she started getting homeschooled, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And what about friends? Did she have friends that she hung out with?
yes,
She did.
she did. Well, I mean, look, they lived in Florida, and they actually moved here to Georgia to be closer to the friends that she got along with, her true friends. And
The
that was
ones in the rodeo circuit.
yes. And so she moved here to get closer. They actually moved here to get closer to that, so she'd be closer to her friends.
Because she competed in the rodeo circuit, correct?
Yes, she was a competitive horse racer.
Okay. So see that makes that shines a little bit of light on what's going on because as we knew it, she had no friends. She was homeschooled. She was at home all the time, and her mom even said, we're always together, always.
Yeah, and they are. I'm always with my daughter too. She's 16. I homeschool her, so we are always together. But we try to, just like Kaylee and Brenda did, they had their afternoon rides with the horses, um, and stuff like that they did every afternoon that was besides homeschooling and,
Right, but
or,
she had friends. The point being is she had friends. She had a boyfriend, correct?
yes, yes.
Okay.
She had a boyfriend that had, him and his mom had came to one or two of her races, and he came to her house once, I think.
And not to put you on the spot, but okay, you said you all done an interview. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. You said that you all done an interview with Crime Door yesterday.
Yes.
I'm trying to explain what may have happened with Brenda at some point during an interview where she may have laughed.
Yes.
What happened to you yesterday during that interview that made you laugh?
Her dog ran right up between my legs. I mean, just right up between them, and I'm just like caught off guard and I'm laughing at him, but we're right there in the middle of this interview.
And the cameras are going and people are standing around and it was embarrassing, correct?
Yes. I mean, because you're like, the last thing you want to do is come off insensitive or, you know,
Right.
something like that. And here you are doing an interview and you're serious, and all of a sudden, big dog just runs up under the table and, you know,
And just so my viewers understand, when we first started talking, or when you sent, hang on one second, my dog's knocking at my door.
see, they do some stuff, don't they?
Yes, she does. She'll come and knock on my bedroom door. Um, when you sent me the email last night,
Hmm.
it was because you all disagreed with the videos I've been putting out about Kaylee, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you all were not very happy with me.
Correct.
Okay. So you do, I want everybody to understand, I'm not flipping or trying to kiss butt. Sorry the metaphor,
Right. It is what it is.
but you understood where I was coming from through my
Yes.
videos, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But we
But
talked for a long time today, did we not?
yes, probably 2.5 or more hours.
Right. Yes, we did. So it's not that I'm just flipping because of anything. It's because we've spent many hours talking and discussing a lot of this, and I've threw a lot of questions at you about this. Correct?
Yes, you did. Yes.
Okay.
And the ones I didn't have answers for, I got answers for.
Yes, you did.
Um,
And can you explain how or why? Should I say, how did Kaylee get her birth certificate and social security card so easily?
well, they had went and got her driver's license. They were working on getting her driver's license. So they
Yes.
had a folder that they were using, taking back and forth to the DMV, keeping it all together. Kaylee knew where that folder was, so it's possible someone told her to get it. It's possible she just thought to get it, that maybe she thought, well, I know I need this to get my license. Um, we don't
Or
know. And Brenda just says that she's not 100% sure that Kaylee's got it, but she has not been able to look since Kaylee disappeared.
right. And I would also like to point out what you told me about, which is Sleuth Mom's last video is about another girl who got gone in California who
A, fif-
disappeared. Go ahead.
a 15-year-old.
And she took her birth certificate and her social security card. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I do not know what we can or cannot say about who is investigating Kaylee's disappearance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can tell you that it is local, state, GBI, FBI, CIA, and the Secret Service.
Okay, with that being said, from the best of my knowledge, CIA only comes in, they are not allowed to work on homeland, period. They're based here, but they have to work when it's in another country.
All I know is they're on her case.
So we're more than likely talking about a trafficking that has taken her out of the country.
Correct.
I mean, I know that's when FBI comes in, is when they take them across the state lines.
Correct.
So with CIA working, it has to be across the national borders.
Yes, I would assume so. I'm not 100%, sure on, all of that. Um,
Well, I'm
if
not either, but I'm just saying from the best of my knowledge, that's how it works.
right. If
So
you
with that being the case, then that should take the spotlight off of her parents.
correct. I mean, because think about it. If you have local, state, FBI. CIA, and the Secret Service all working together to try to find a child, don't you think if they had any idea at all, any thoughts of it being the parents, that I mean, that's every government that you would want, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I agree. I mean, I don't understand how the Secret Service fits in because that's usually for like, security purposes, but
I don't know. All I know is they got her computer, and they got what they could off of it. I will
right.
tell you, we'll touch on this. We'll touch on this a little bit because I know a lot of people are asking about, we touched on her Chromebook doing Joshua's Law. But as she was doing Joshua's Law, when her parents would walk by, Joshua's Law would be open, full screen. When the parents would apparently not be right there, she was minimizing the screen, and half the screen is Omegle and half of it is Joshua's Law.
Right.
And she did have access to her computer the night she went missing. Her
Okay.
computer was the kitchen table.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna point something out. My biggest thing was if Dad and the tech friend came in and put blocks on everything,
okay.
and Omegle, when you open it up and then you close it out, everything disappears.
Right.
What you told me today was when they went in and found her missing the next morning, when they started checking her computer, when they opened the computer up, everything was still open. So evidently she didn't close it out.
Correct.
They closed out the Joshua Law and seen the Omegle and seen where she sent the address to someone.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. That is.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, that's absolutely correct. She had actually sent her address to someone on Omegle, and we don't know who that person is. That site is non-traceable.
Right.
And if you see a Shauna Hutchinson pop up in the chat, you can give her the link to join us.
Absolutely, I will. If I see her, guys, if y'all see Shauna pop up, please let me know, okay, if I don't see her.
She's another advocate that's working close with the family, and she's also doing the other that just went missing in Douglasville a couple of days ago. So
Right.
if you had a minute, hop on with us.
Lady R says, Donna, that's what I've thought too. So she something or other was thinking must be for the computer parts. Secret Service does have weird branches to it, like the FBI, CIA, don't they? I don't know for sure. I just know that the bigger names sort of work outside the country and not in the country. So I'm assuming that they would and like the video I put out the other day, guys, where the local was saying, hey, there's a couple of motels in that area where they have recovered like what 27, Sheila? 27 kids that have been they tried to traffic these kids and they've rescued them.
Yeah, well, there's been about 27 that's been rescued that have been from Georgia since she's, and
Uh,
I wonder if some of that they busted they had two big rings that they busted, sex trafficking rings, since she went missing from Birmingham to Atlanta. And out of that, I think there was around 30 kids that were rescued. And I want to say 18 of them were from Georgia, but none of them were her.
okay, that's good. Well, I mean, it's good and it isn't good, if you know what I mean.
Right. I mean, it's bad that we didn't recover her, but good that we found all of those children and returned them to their parents.
Yes, absolutely.
But I wonder, how much of that information did they get off of her computer to be able to bust these.
True.
I mean, could that be why everybody's involved? Because they found something on there that um
Leads them to a bigger
that
area.
you know there was like I talked to you earlier. There was, and I can't quoting names. I don't know of a name, but I know there was a 16-year-old boy in the nearby town of Billerica that was arrested for sex trafficking. We
You're cutting out pretty bad, hun. She's saying that there was a 16-year-old in their area that was arrested for. Now this 16-year-old was the one doing the trafficking.
yes, yes.
Is there a shipyard near where you guys are at?
Well, I mean, we have railroad tracks.
But not like a shipping yard?
Well, I mean, there's Southwire, but no, I mean, I don't really know. I know a lot of the railroad tracks have been covered. They've rode them multiple times.
Yeah.
I've been to the land.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
I've actually been um, to the land and have when Hunter was in town, me and him did a lot of riding around um, through the land.
Do you want to tell them who Hunter is?
Hunter is Kaylee's biological brother.
That's the he's the other child that they adopted, correct?
Correct.
Um, now, would you like to answer? Not like you're on the hot seat or anything.
Right.
Can you tell them about her birth name? Because that was another question I had. Why would she be insisting on using her birth name if she never knew her birth name?
She wouldn't insist on using her birth name. She hated her birth name. Um, the reason they took that name out is because it was her birth name. And when she went to Chicago in February, her biological mother, bio mom, um, actually insisted on calling her Julian Page. And she even told her that she didn't like it. So the mom, I mean, Mom Brenda really don't even want it put on the flyers, but because it is a name that has went with her before, they try to put both of them.
Right.
And I guess wanted to not be gone by, Kaylee. Maybe she could, but I doubt it because she hated it. She hated that name.
Right. Dana Kay is wanting to know, how old is Hunter?
Hunter, I can't be exact, 2021.
And he left. He didn't leave to go to be with his bio mother when he left the Joneses' home, correct?
No, he did not. He left to go to college.
And then he dropped out of college and went
And
to live in Illinois, right?
he dropped out of college and took off with a young girl, and he went through some hard times. And then bio mom made him believe that things would be great up there, so he decided to go meet his bio mom and all that, and then things are not rosy as she made it out to be, just like it wasn't back when she lost her children,
Right.
So he does not live with bio mom. He does not communicate with bio mom, and he don't call her bio mom. He calls her Michelle.
Now, Hunter doesn't have anything against his mom and dad, correct?
Absolutely not. No, I got to watch them interact together for the 3 days that Hunter was here. No, he don't have a problem with his parents. I sit down and talk one-on-one with Hunter, just me and him, and he said that parents were great. They wasn't really strict. They, they had their things that they were strict about, but they were pretty laid back parents.
You're cutting out again real bad. What she's saying is that he says they're not real strict and they got along great. I mean, yes, there was problems because teenage years, all kids go through problems, but for the most part, they never treated him any different, never treated Kaylee any different than they did their other three children.
Correct. That's what he told me.
And that she spoke with him while they were alone in the house when mom and dad had an appointment they had to go to town. They left them there at the house, and she got to speak with Hunter by himself without the parents being around.
Yes. Yes, it was just me, him, and his girlfriend.
Well, I didn't know about the girlfriend, but I don't think she counts.
Yeah, but it was just, but yeah, I mean, even girlfriend has only met his mom like one time, and they've been together for a while now.
Right.
I mean,
Hello, Anne Marie.
he says eventually he would like to move back to Georgia. I think he's tired of Illinois.
Right. Well, let's hope they get moved back before the January 1st. I'm not hearing good things about Chicago January 1st.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything. So
try looking it up. Look up what's going to happen in Chicago.
Oh, I will. I will check it out. Let's cover Kaylee escaping.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right now, Dana Kay said, is Kaylee the only child left at home?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And yes, please tell, because the news coverage says on their news thing that dad said Kaylee escaped out her bedroom window.
Yeah, and that's not what he said. He said that Kaylee went out her bedroom window. She snuck out her bedroom window. Kaylee had 2 bedrooms. One was over their bedroom. She probably didn't go out that window because they would have heard her. So across the hall in her other room, she had took the screen out of the window, placed it in the closet, and went out the window, which walks out over the porch. Now, this is a place I go to every day. So, I mean, like I told you earlier, I'm disabled and got some problems with my bones and stuff, but I could probably get down without breaking something.
So
Because
if you were in the house and a fire started, you'd be tempted to jump off that porch, huh?
oh yeah, I mean it's only an 8-foot drop from the top. So when you go out her window, it goes out over, and you're on the roof of the porch, and from there it's an 8-foot drop to the ground. Kaylee's 5 foot, what, 8?
Yes.
That's less than 3-foot drop for her if she hangs off the side.
Right. So it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to think that she
No,
climbed out, and like
no.
many, many, many kids have done over the past 100 years, to
Hey,
sneak
look,
out a second story window.
I never snuck out. you know, but yeah, I mean, there's not many of us out there that can't say as a teenager that we didn't give our parents some problems. And there's
Right.
not any of us out there that can't say that at 16 and 17 years old, we didn't feel like prisoners in our parents' house.
Right. Well, and I'm gonna say that I'm still on the fence about this. I'm not gonna say that the parents are, completely innocent, but I have more reason to believe they are innocent now than I did this morning. I mean, first of all, you do not have all those law enforcement agencies involved in your child's kid or disappearance if something more serious isn't going on.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm going to tell you, and I might get some backlash from this, but I will tell you that I trust Brenda and Danny so much at this point that I absolutely would take my 16-year-old daughter, who I love more than anything in this world. I would take her over there right now and drop her off with them two people. And I am 100% confident that she would be A-okay when I got back.
Right. Marianne Nolan says, hang on a second. This is a friend of mine that I haven't spoke to in a while. Why is it not showing up? Marianne, I'm clicking on it, but it's not coming in, hun. It says, hi, Nana and chat. Just getting here. I rewound the live. I'm just now finding out about this case. Was Cheryl McCullum with the CCIRI contacted yet in regards to this case? They are in Georgia.
I cannot answer that. I don't know. Y'all haven't seen Shauna pop in, have you?
No, I've not. I've been looking. They're finally popped up there on screen. I've not seen her come in yet, honey.
Okay. Because she might be able to answer that question a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know who that is. So I know that Wolfgang um is the ones that came out with the cops and stuff and cleared the land. They came out with a big search team and dogs um and all of that. So Wolfgang did that. They're a big group that, you know,
Right.
um
What about the thing about Danny not wanting anybody to search on his property?
that's not true. That's not true. What? But now Danny has said, you know, because there's a lot of people that were saying, we're coming out there and we're going to search your land. We're going to search your land. And he's like, no, no, you're not. You know, if it wants to be an organized search put together by a professional group, he's more, you know, he's open to it at any time. But not just individuals that want to just show up and walk around on his land at any time, day or night, and try to call his horses from the road and, you know,
Right.
fly drones over his house and take pictures of their horses and their belongings. And, you know, that he's
And
not okay with.
Lady R asked, did the dogs track her scent from the window to anywhere?
Yes, but I don't know if I need to reveal any of that. Um,
It does look like that she left possibly in a vehicle
yes, yes,
from the scent dogs.
yes,
I mean, that's safe to say, right, Sheila?
y- yes, yes. I mean, that's what it appears. You know, it just get, you know, sometimes it becomes a fine line of what you want to share and what you don't want to share, because not everything is meant for the public. And I know the
Right.
public is everything, but not everything's meant for the public. Some things are meant for private, personal, you know, law enforcement, um, where they can do their job correctly.
Right. Okay, Dana Kay says she has a question. It
Okay.
was it was said that mom was a helicopter mom and hovered over Kaylee. So when would Kaylee have the opportunity to get her birth certificate and social security card? I'm pretty sure she answered that a second ago. They had everything in a file because they had just recently went and got her driver's license, so they had to get everything together, and they would have had to have took that information back when she finished the Joshua law, the driving class,
Yes.
to have finished up the paperwork. So they had everything in an envelope, a manila envelope, just, laying there where it was handy.
And like mom said, her computer was still sitting on the table where she had been doing Joshua's law all day. So I mean, she did have access to it that night. She says she don't know if she came down and got on it at all. but she was on it before they, all had went to bed doing their,
Right.
doing her Joshua's Law. But I mean, she did have access to it. She did not have access to her phone.
Right.
Her dad had it. She wasn't getting it back.
Right. Okay, Lady R says exactly. You can't share everything. Need to keep some things safe and close. Much respect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we have to try to respect law enforcement and what they're doing, and hope and pray that they're doing everything in their power to find her and bring her home safe.
Marianne says this is a link to the CCIRI for her to keep if she needs any other leads for help. She did. Sheila, do you see that link?
Not really. I mean, I do. Maybe you can send
Hang
it.
on. I'm gonna get it right here. And
Because I'm on this StreamYard, so I'm only getting like messages that are posted.
right. Hang on. I'm gonna try to grab it for you. See if I can copy it. Marianne, can you just send it to me, hun? Because I can't get it either.
Because, like I said, I'm not sure.
Hello, keeping it simple. She sent it to me. I'll send it to you, hun. Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Get in touch with me.
Yeah.
As much as we done talk today.
Anytime. Anytime. I enjoyed our chat we had today.
I did too. A lot.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we covered today that I'm not remembering.
One thing, and on one of your live streams the other night, we did talk about, part of your pictures being wrong.
Yes, yes.
But another thing is, one of the comments that was made on your live stream was, I'm on the phone with Carroll County Sheriff's Office as we speak. Person of interest has been identified. Do you remember that comment?
No. Was it a spoken comment or one in chat?
It was a chat comment.
Okay,
But
I may have missed it.
It said, on the phone with Carroll County Sheriff's Office, person of interest has been found, and I've called it in, or something on the lines of that.
Okay.
What I wanted to say about that is, just because one person thinks they found a person of interest and are calling it in, don't mean that the cops think that person is a person of interest. Because
Right.
what we think might be a person of interest might not mean nothing to the law enforcement. And some of what they may have been looking up may have been the other Kaylee Jones, which is the pictures that you had posted were of the other. There's a
some of the pictures are, there's two Kaylee Jones and they do look similar. And some of the pictures that were posted in the missing persons Kaylee Jones, I did put out, and I'm sure other people have too. But they do look similar.
Yes, they do. They do.
Comment, Dana Kay says, shaking my head, if the home life was so great, then why is Kaylee so unhappy and wanting desperately to leave? Well,
well, look, I will answer this. Kaylee, since they moved here, Kaylee has been off her meds. And she's been experiencing some really lows, some highs. Anybody knows when you come off your medicine, it can make for times to be really challenging. And the last few weeks, Kaylee had withdrew from her friends, from her family. She was spending more time in her room, more time on her phone. And that was one of the things that drew mom's attention. Like, Kaylee, who are you talking to? Oh, I'm just looking on Facebook, you know.
Shauna, I dropped the link, Shauna, if you want to come up, hon. She's here.
Okay. Um, but the mom had said, Kaylee, what are you doing on your phone? And she said, oh, I'm just looking on Facebook. And she said, give me your phone, Kaylee, because you're doing something else on there. And that's the reason they took it, because she got it, what she found. No parent ever wants to find stuff
Right.
like they found on her phone.
And
We'll
like,
leave it at that. It was bad.
keeping it simple, put it very bluntly, that's teens, though. I mean, there's a
Yes.
lot of, most teens believe their life is horrible. And
Hey, I mean, how many of us didn't think, at that age that we just had it horrible at home? To get 25 and have 3 or 4 kids and realize that we really had it made. And man, we wish we could go back.
right. Um, Marianne says the story was also done by Nancy Grace from Crime Online. Nona, I texted you the story. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mary. Um, yeah, Nancy Grace did do a story on her, correct?
Three stories on her.
Okay. Um, Kathy says teenagers are teenagers. They think they know it all and nobody can tell them anything, and that's without taking meds. It's scary how this could happen to anyone at any given time. Exactly.
It's so true. That's so true. Look, what did I tell you earlier today? My dad had a note that hung on the refrigerator that says, go ahead, get a job, and move out while you still know it all.
Yeah, yeah, you did. Danny Kay says, doesn't the mom oversee Kaylee taking her meds? Yes, I can answer this one. And she said that in the interview with Sleuth Mom also. The plain and simple fact is where they, because they've not been living in Georgia that long, and they were trying to get everything transferred from Florida to the Georgia, following with the drugstores, the insurance, all that. And there was a mix up where they could not get her medication filled for what, a month, I believe it was.
And there's waiting lists to get into all these doctors around here. You
Right.
know, mental health system is broken. And, somebody asked, was CPS called um, after she went missing in February? And mom said, I wish they had, because if DFACS had been called, at least then they would have helped me get what Kaylee needed.
Right. And that was me. We were not gonna, you know, I
Yeah.
don't care to say it. It was me. And because that is what I understood
Mm-hmm.
Dad did say on Sleuth Mom's interview.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with stating what I said.
Right. Right.
Teenagers with raging hormones hate the world. LOL. Yes, discovering truth. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Is Shauna coming up, Sheila?
I think so.
I'll drop the link again.
She may be having the same problem I was having.
Maybe.
Um,
Well, it seems like everybody's having issues tonight.
see, with being on the StreamYard, I can't see anybody in
Okay.
on the YouTube. Nobody. I can see any chat.
She's still dealing with Iran. She said, I'm
Oh,
actually at a different location in response to another missing teen
yeah.
at the moment. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Discovering stuff. If it's narcotics, you got to wait till they're, it wasn't narcotics. It's just her ADHD medicine and stuff like that.
Yeah. Her depression medicine, ADHD medicine. You know.
Dana Kay says she's not pointing fingers. She's just asking questions others might have too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shauna says she can type though.
Yeah.
Okay, Shauna, do you know if the family has been in touch, or if, what is it, the CCIRI people have been in touch with you guys, or I forget what the woman's name was.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I can't see the chat really, but
I'm looking to see if she sent it in the I don't see it. Okay. Shauna, do you know anything about why the Secret Service is involved? Uh-oh, we lost Sheila. Shauna, do you know? I mean, like I said, I can understand the FBI. They're worried that she's crossed the state line. Even CIA, because if you cross the national borders, then they would get involved. But the Secret Service, I just don't have a clue. There's Sheila back.
yeah, there's me.
Hi, sweetheart.
I was stupid and tried to hit that chat button again, and I knew what it was going to do. I just had to do it again.
It's okay. Shauna, there's the name. Cheryl McCullum at the CCIRI. And Shauna says, my thoughts is that it may be due to the communications with those out of the U.S. Right. That's what they were thinking, the technology and stuff.
Yeah, because
Go ahead.
she was talking to a boy online, and her mom kept telling her that the young man wasn't real, and she was ready to just like marry this little boy, and run to Africa to be with him. And her mom kept telling her, Kaylee, he's not real. And even after they showed her proof that it was like, a false account, and the little
Right.
boy would call her and he wouldn't video her at all. Only
Lady R says, are you sure it's Secret Service and not Homeland Security? That might be it.
I was told Secret Service by her mom.
Oh, okay. Well,
I read you the exact message she sent me.
I know. We're just guessing here, honey.
And I mean, like I said, I was just told local, state, federal, so
Yeah.
Carroll County, yeah, GSP, FBI, CIA, and Secret Service.
Is Sheila a friend or a foster mom? No, Sheila's a friend. She lives just right down the road from them. And
No, and I'm not a foster mom. My daughter is mine.
yeah,
But I do homeschool.
she wasn't friends with them until after Kaylee disappeared. And what she was telling me was that she thought the family had something to do with it, and she went and had flyers made up and passed by the family's house, and some good Lord or somebody told her that she needed to stop and have a chat with them, and so she did, and offered her some flyers, and they became fast friends.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. Like I said, we spend a lot of time together, either on the phone or me and her and Shauna are always talking and trying to work out something and figuring out, her and Shauna go to a lot of the homeless camps around town and, women's shelters and things like that. Um, they hit the hotels the as soon as it happened.
Right. Lady R says, okay, cool. I'm so sorry you must keep repeating yourself so much, Sheila. But that's what we're doing on here, honey, is just trying to get the record straight. So if we need
Right.
to repeat ourselves, we will. Not a big deal.
Right.
Discovering says, I wonder if if Nev and Cammy from the show Catfish could figure out who the dude she was talking to. They're smart. I don't know, honey. I've never heard of them.
I mean, I have. It's the show on MTV Catfish. I mean, I don't know. I think with them to have to figure it out, they would have to have more than just that Omega screen name.
Right. Keeping it simple says, have y'all checked the Royal Inn?
Um, I'm pretty sure. Um, like I said, I know law enforcement hit all the problematic hotels right off the bat.
Right.
Um, and Shauna and them, that's something that, her and a group of people that, you know, they usually hit those problematic hotels right off the bat.
Right. Discovering says, are the police trying to track down the guy that she was talking to?
I mean, I'm assuming,
Yeah, it'd be the smart thing
but
to
I
do.
heard that when you're on that Omega website, it is completely anonymous, so it's really no way of. They say there's no way of tracking it.
Right. Um, see, I'm discovering a good idea. Maybe right. Where'd it go? Okay. Anyways, a minute ago, I think it was Lady R said that you sound like you are the kind of person that would. Oh, yeah, right there it is. Sounds like Sheila would say if she thought they were involved.
Absolutely. If I thought they were involved, I would not be at her house every day, doing the things that I do with them.
And Shauna said, yes, we did. And I forget what the question was, but there's the answer. Yes, we did. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with chat and the conversation. So,
But yeah, I mean, and look, even Shauna's boys go down on the weekends if Danny needs help around the farm. Shauna's boys go down there and help him on the weekend
right,
without supervision.
right. Remain Calm says, so she wasn't involved with the family until after Kaylee went missing, correct?
Correct.
And yes, keeping it simple, I just realized what Shauna was saying yes to. Yes, they have checked that motel. She's saying it's the one that's known for trafficking.
Yes. Okay. That's like I was saying. Shauna knows more about that aspect, so I'm kind of glad she jumped on here.
Okay, Shauna says it's my understanding that they are doing their due diligence in following up all leads, including but not limited to communication that was being done from the devices. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the information out and trying to correct any mistakes that I may have made. I mean, if I have put out wrong information or wrong pictures, then that's on me, and I'm trying to correct it.
And yeah, and like I said, you asked me today why you. Why did I reach out to you? You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
and that was and it was because I seen all of those videos, boom, 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 and I was like really like. At one point, me and my daughter both are yelling at the TV. You know, like y'all know y'all have it wrong. Y'all have it wrong.
But that still
And,
don't tell
and
you
there's
why you checked with me and not 500 other people that's putting videos out.
right, and I just when I choose, I set a filter and ask it to show me the last videos, posted, and it was like 4 or 5 from you, and so I just started listening to it. And I told Danny and Brenda before they said anything to let me reach out to you and just see if we could correct it, and let you know that the half the pictures on there that they wasn't really Kaylee, not our Kaylee.
Right.
And and then it went from there. You sent me your number, and shoot, then it was a 2.5, 3 hour conversation.
Absolutely.
And Shauna knows about them because I do that every day with her too.
What?
I said Shauna knows about the long conversations. We have those
Oh,
daily too.
yeah. Keeping it simple says, have we gone over how they think that she got out the window to the ground? Yes, we have, but Sheila can
We
tell yous again.
we can. She went out the her spare bedroom upstairs. Took the screen out. The screen was found inside a closet inside that room, and that window goes out over the porch, and you can walk around on the roof of the porch, and then there's only a 8-foot drop then from the porch to the ground. And she's 5'8", so she could have easily hung off the side and dropped down. Or, I mean, she's athletic. She's a competitive, horse racer. So you know how she knows how to tuck and roll.
Yeah. Discovering says, did anybody ever see a picture of the guy she was talking to? Because a reverse photo lookup could maybe get ideas, even if it's not him. He could be using the same picture for other sites, baiting kids.
Not that I know of.
Okay, and Shauna says, we went to many hotels and motels and have continued communication with the ones we were able to. We also sent the others Kaylee's missing information. Well, sent the other motels Kaylee's missing information, campgrounds as well.
And I'll even say I ran into a UPS driver one day and I gave him the flyer. He said, I've seen her at every hotel I've stopped at and delivered packages. I've seen this girl's flyer." And I said, "Well, hallelujah. I'm glad to see they're still up,
Yeah.
Because I'm going to
Um,
tell you, we have a problem with that around here. I have had 1,500 flyers printed and passed out. And half the time, what we pass out, we go back in a couple of days and they've been removed
right.
and tore down."
Sha- Shauna says forensics were done in regards to the window.
Yes, I forgot to mention that.
Lady R says, Shauna Hutchinson, may I ask, do you know if there are cargo shipyards around the area? Oh, we'll just wait on Miss Shauna to answer that question for us.
I mean, she's good at stuff like that. Um,
I'm sorry we don't have a bigger crowd in here, ladies. It's just that where Mr. McDonough's was on tonight, so.
hey, well, look, it's just like me and you talking right here because I absolutely can't see who is in there from the StreamYard. So there could be a million watching and I wouldn't know it.
Right. And keeping it simple says, I frequent travel long for work in Atlanta. I need some flyers. Where can I get some from?
I can. Is she local to Carrollton?
We would need to find out where you're at, honey. Keeping it simple, male or female. I'm not sure if you're male or female.
Because I mean, I can get her flyers, and if she's local, then some of us absolutely could meet her and get flyers to her.
Tina says, is there any footage of the people that are taking the flyers down?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. They'll all come watch later for sure. I'm sure they will, hon. Let's see. Have they checked with neighborhoods just in case anybody had cameras or doorbell cameras for direction of travel?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Shauna says there are trucking cargoes, but as far as shipyards, not that I'm aware of. Okay. Keeping it simple is male, and they are in Carrollton.
Okay, so just reach out to me. If you have Facebook, reach out to me.
Hey, honey, he can't reach out to you because he don't know what your last name is.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know how it was showing up on.
If keep it simple, if you'll get a hold of me, I can give you her email address or give you her name, and that way you can reach out to her and get
Yeah,
the flyers.
there you go. There you go.
Yes, thank you, Shauna, for coming in and helping out. I would much rather watch you, Nana, rather than Chris M. LOL. Discovering. Thank you, though. Oh, let's see. Are flyers being put up on the Walmart bulletin boards? Honey, I don't know about their Walmart, but our Walmart don't even do that anymore.
Thank you. Ours don't either. I've
Yeah,
been there and I've raised Cane and I've give them multiple flyers and they say, "I'm sorry, we don't do that anymore." Well, I check, and I'm like, "Look, she's a local child. She went missing less than 3 miles from this Walmart. You mean to tell me you won't put her poster up?" But I mean, they have to go by company policy, I guess.
right. Shauna says, yes, some cameras have been rendered and checked. If there's anyone else who may have more that have not shared them with LE, please do so.
Yes, absolutely.
Lady R says you couldn't pay me to watch Chris M. Dana K, she is in the NCI or NCMEC, which posts in local Walmarts. Well, not our local Walmart. And I've questioned the managers about it too, and they don't have any reason. But I'm just concerned with I'm starting to wonder if there isn't more. I mean, I know we've got a problem with that 4, 5, and 6 year olds evidently getting gone and their parents doing away with them. Uh, is there any more teenagers that are disappearing along with the birth certificates and social security cards? That's got me to wondering now.
Right. I mean, not anymore because on Sleuth Mom's page, when she was talking about that young woman from California, she brings up Katie's name over and over. She's like, "This is not the only case that I'm working where a child is going missing." And look, a 15-year-old in California. So what do they know about taking along their social
I don't
security
know.
card and birth certificate?
Okay, Lady R says not my Walmart either, and mine is near truck stops because I live in a small town. No flyers anywhere anymore.
But
Um,
they're telling the young ladies to bring their personal documents, their social security cards, their birth certificates, along with all electronics. The girl in California disappeared with her PlayStation, her computer, and her cell phone. But they're saying bring them all because they're chatting with these girls online and on these game systems and other stuff. And if they take them all with them, they don't have to worry about the police getting into them and finding out.
right. Discovering said, is there any truck stops in the area? Because apparently some truck drivers are sketchy, not mentioning any names, TD. Discovering.
Well, I mean, we do live. We don't live. I mean, Carroll County, 20 that runs through it.
Shauna says she loves your t shirt, Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you. I think she has one like it. It's a little darker. Hers is a darker gray than mine. I don't know.
That's the thumbnail.
Yeah, let me. I'm bad at turning the camera. Let's see. Uh,
That's my thumbnail I've got on this live stream. Where did you get those shirts printed up?
um, my niece with CMH CMH Designs out of Alabama. She's on Facebook. Yeah, she printed me.
Hang on 1 second, Sheila.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I had to answer a question. I'm here.
Oh, that's okay. She printed them and uh, just um, to help out.
Okay,
Uh, she sent me and Shauna and Hunter, everybody with family, like our
right,
mother and child,
right.
shirts. So yeah.
I don't know why you're breaking up so bad. It's not storming where you're
I,
at, is it?
no, but the wind is blowing really bad.
Okay.
So
I know
and
it was initials
because
discovering.
I'm a little bit away from the Wi-Fi box.
Oh, okay. Discovering says it wasn't a name, it was initials. We can't blame her. Okay, Remain Calm says if you live close to an interstate or truck stop, you must be hyper vigilant, especially with children, because they can be gone a matter of seconds. Oh, in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, well, we live probably 20 minutes or so from the truck stop itself. So we don't live real close.
Yeah, but 20 minutes for a
I
17-year
mean,
old is still close enough.
right, right. I mean, but like I said, we do have an interstate right there.
Uh,
And another thing, me and you talked about also was Joshua Alwine.
yeah, we
Did,
did.
did you have a chance to
No,
look?
I've not. No, I've not had a chance to look him up yet, but I plan to. But if you want to tell everybody about it, go ahead.
So Joshua Alwine, he is the son of the voice of Mickey Mouse, and he lives in Tree City, which is just a 31 miles away from where Kaylee went missing. And he was arrested 2 or 3 weeks after, about 3 weeks, I want to say, after Kaylee went missing. And he was selling a how-to manual on the internet. It was a how-to abduct, lure, groom children
Watch,
all
yeah,
ages.
yeah, watch what you say. All the bad stuff, guys.
Yeah. And and then he he was yeah, doing this. And he was arrested. He was arrested, but he was arrested with something like 3 or 4 terabytes of pornographic images of children from infancy to 17. And
And
all
if
that was happening just right here.
right after she went missing, correct?
Correct.
He was arrested. He had 1,000-page manual, guys, of how to do this horrible things to children from infancy to 17 years of age, and he was selling it on the internet. A how-to guide
Hmm.
for ROs and future ROs, and
And my opinion is that it's legal.
it's horrible.
Because it's just that you do it doesn't mean that he's done.
Okay, have we talked about the parents' interview and what Sheila thinks of that? We did talk about it, but if you have a question, Mary, please ask her. The I don't even know where to start.
Hey,
Okay, go ahead.
I said, I guess I would say which interview.
The sleuth moms interview where they made the statement that they wish they had never done it and wouldn't do it again.
Well, they made the comment of something like if they had to go back and do it over, maybe they would do things differently or might. I don't know exactly how it was worded, but I mean, that wasn't what they were saying. Um, I mean, all of us as parents, if we could go back and change things or do things different or um, handled situations different as our kids are growing up, absolutely. But some of us have went back, maybe like I told you earlier, I've told my kids if I could go back and do it over again, not that I wouldn't have them, I would still have them, but I may have had them at different points in life, you know, maybe not at 17 or 18 years old. You know,
Right.
maybe when I was married, Um, and you got to think these parents are going through pure hell. Their minds are running 90 to nothing all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It never stops running, trying to figure all of this out. And get them alive and they get stomped and they just clam up or they freeze and their mind goes blank and all they can think of is she's a girl, you know? And
Right.
I'm sure you doing this. Have you ever been to where you just nothing comes out? Like your mind just shuts off. Or you'll be thinking about one thing, okay, like the question you asked me earlier, where he says, um, come home or not.
Well, she says come home, and he says, or just stay where you're at. Just let us know where you're at and that you're safe.
Right.
Where I thought was a very odd thing to say if you thought that your child had been trafficked or lured away by an older man, which is what they said they thought.
Right. Which is what they do think. But if she had just simply ran away, you know, just let us know where you're at. That way we can make sure you're safe. And if it's somewhere you're safe, then I mean, if you absolutely are not going to stay at home, then let's find a place that you are safe and that you can't, if you just feel like that we're just the worst parents you've ever had, and have to go stay somewhere else, then let's just figure out where to for that to be, you know?
Right.
And they've even said, Kaylee, if you don't want to go to school at Central, if you want to start high school in a brick and mortar school, fine. Just come home. They'll continue to homeschool you if that's what you want. Because she was mad. She didn't want to go back to public school because she was picked on. She was bullied. And she always felt like she didn't fit in with a lot of kids. She did better. She liked it better on her own, and smaller. She liked it better at home doing it with her mom,
Right.
than she did in school. So that right there tell you that she couldn't hate home life too much. She didn't want to leave it to go to school.
And I will take responsibility for part of the misleading, not misleading information. That's not the correct thing that I'm trying to say. The other day when I done the story on Eli Newsom, I told the grandmother because she was asking, was there any bad comments about the mother or the family? And I said, no, there wasn't any bad comments. Mainly it was just praying for the family and what had happened. And I said to her, because it was just my first reaction, it's all in the delivery of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is because I deliberately I did not say what I wanted to say when it came to that baby because I do know the grandmother
Mm-hmm.
and I know the situation. And right now they're still trying to just, put their hands around what's going on. It was a 4-year-old that was beat to death.
Oh Lord, that's
Um,
horrible. That's horrible.
So, with people, depending on how you state things, even if it's just the facts, how you word things can make it sound one way and make people think of it that way.
And yes, and I understand that. And like we touched on earlier, just something simple as the dog running up between your legs when you're right in the middle, you know,
Right.
um, of doing a show, can make you kind of laugh out, like, get back, get
And,
back.
yes, and I will state that I believe, in my opinion, and I told you this today, I believe the parents, and yes, I understand they're doing TV shows and stuff, but TV shows and YouTube sort of don't cross over. They really don't.
That's true.
They need to come back on YouTube and state what they meant to say. I understand they may have said what they were trying to say, and they may have just said it the wrong way or used the wrong words.
Right,
So they need to come back on, not to defend themselves, but to set the record straight in what they actually meant.
right,
Because a lot of the things that they said made people believe things
right.
simply because of how they said it. You understand what I'm saying?
And I understand, you know, but none of us know until we're in that situation how exactly we would handle ourselves.
No,
And
we don't. And
some people
we
cry,
discussed that today.
some people cry, some people scream, some people, when they're nervous, they laugh. Some people have dry sense of humor. Some people, you know, never know how to take someone. And like, Dad saying, that she was a mountain of love, or ever what his term was that night, or she was a child full of love. She was all of those things when she was at home. Not as in past tense, as in she's gone.
Yeah.
But
Just she's no
and
longer in their sight for them to
it,
know how she's acting.
they can't say that she all of these things anymore when they don't know if what she's going through, if she has any love in her heart right now,
Right.
or what
Or
or anything. They can't speak on the last 3.5 months.
now I will state this. I didn't pick up on this being anything weird, but I have heard a few people comment about it. But you have to think of it. Now, when they asked what Kylie was like, and the dad said, well, she was a girl,
Right,
some people picked up on that was a bad thing. But had he have said that on a comedy show, you're asking a dad what a teenage girl or what his teenage daughter is like. Well, she's a girl. What would you expect her to be like?
right.
It
But
would be funny.
he was more or less though, like, his mind just went completely blank. Like those moments when you can't even think of your sister's name, even though it's your sister.
Right.
Or and you're like, oh my god, my mind just froze. I cannot think of anything I was about to say.
Right. Like tell me the personality of a 2-year old.
Right,
It's a 2-year old. What do
girl.
you think?
Exactly. Exactly. And when you have children, I told you earlier, you become stupid anyway. Just
Yes.
plain simple. The day you have them, you know nothing, and they know it all.
Oh
You can't.
yeah, they graduate too. They graduate through the years. Trust me. They go from knowing it all to knowing everything to parents know nothing to, you know, they're a rocket scientist and you're a bumbling idiot. Trust me, I know this.
Yep. And I mean, we get mad at our parents and we throw fits. And tell me a child that hadn't got mad at their parent and throw a fit at that age.
Now, but you did tell me today that if you were to find out later on, you would have to eat words if you were to ever find out that they had anything to do with Kaylee missing. Correct?
I did say that.
Okay.
I did say that. I mean, we all know that things can go either way, but I believe every fiber in my body that they did not do anything to their child. If they,
Well,
uh, you
if
know, couldn't, I wouldn't be
You're cutting out again really bad, sweetheart.
Helping them.
Discovering says most men don't pay much attention to kids, especially if they're old fashioned and the main breadwinner. They work, eat, and sleep, right?
Hey, but now I will tell you that Danny was a hands-on father. Kaylee loved working with her dad at the horse farm.
And oh, that was something we haven't covered. Kaylee did work at the horse farm with her dad, correct?
Yes, she did. And
And that wasn't enough for her. She wanted another job, correct?
she wants to be out on her own when she's 18. You know, her parents want her to have a little social interaction with outsiders to get her prepared for what the world is, going to be like as an adult, working a job and having to deal with people. And Haley wanted that also. She wanted the job. I do think that maybe being a cashier made her nervous.
Well, we sort of skipped over the part that she actually went to work at Dollar General, guys.
Yes, she did go to work at the Dollar General right down the road from her house. And I think she worked like 4 days when she had went missing. And I've heard some people say that she didn't work there, that she was really nervous. But you have to remember, Kaylee was an introvert. She wasn't, um, she didn't have she didn't communicate a lot of.
She didn't have the social skills that most
Right.
teenagers of that age has.
Right, and that's what her parents were trying to build up on her, because she needs that to be able to be out in the world.
Right.
She's going to be graduating soon. We have to prepare our children for the time when they're 18, they go away for college and they're not right there under our clutches. We have to get them prepared for that. And that's what we're trying to do.
Were the horse trails searched? Because maybe she had a favorite spot that she would go to.
Yes.
Yeah, from our understanding, all the property and everything was searched thoroughly.
And Mom and him, they ride it every day. So it's not something that, they're out there every day riding the land and riding the railroad tracks. And if anybody sends them a lead, you best believe they're going to be the first ones there.
You cut out, Sheila.
I said, you better believe that if anybody sends them a lead, these parents are the first ones there.
Right.
And they've went down some rabbit holes.
Well, I don't doubt it. If
know,
they've been out there searching, they've been out there handing out flyers, they've been, begging the media and not going on the media drunk and drugged up, and then they're 100% ahead of a few other parents that I've already know about.
Exactly. Sorry, I had a huge spider crawling across the porch. Ooh. Exactly. I mean,
Did Lady R says, did Kaylee have her own horse?
Yes, Kaylee had her own horse.
She was a competitive horse rider.
Yes, Kaylee has 2.5 horses.
2.5.
2.5. She has
pregnant.
No, she has a miniature.
Oh, okay.
So they have 2.5. They have 2.5 horses. But I mean, I guess one of them, it's just one of them that I guess is like her favorite, or the one that she races, or
yeah.
But she's very much in love with her horses. She loves horses.
Well, okay, then I've got a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
Has the flyers been sent out through the horse circuit, the rodeo circuit?
Yes, and she's also on what they call those, the Grubtron, or the big TVs at the.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like at the sports football games and stuff.
They also run her flyers across that at her competitive horse racing events. Um,
Okay, well that's good.
Also, um, Brenda got in touch with the billboard people um, Monday or Tuesday, and the billboards are going back up.
Okay, I know something we have left out. Okay, now let's get this straight. She did, or they did, hire a PI, but for personal differences, we'll just put it that way, they let the person go, correct?
Correct.
And they were looking to hire another PI, but do not want to put that person's name out for fear that the public will attack that person. That's why they're keeping the name private, correct?
I'm not really sure. I kind of think so, but I don't quote me on it.
I believe that's what Brenda said in the interview.
You
I'm
know,
pretty sure that's what she said.
I do know that they got rid of the first PI, and they do have a second PI who is working on it. He does have her computer. Um, and so, yeah, along with all of the other people, um, the PI is also working with them.
Okay. Shauna, if you're still in here, if you know the answer to that, can you verify or deny? Lady R says, let me see if I can pull it up here. Of course not. Says, not for 1 second do I think she just left then and never came back to her horse. There you go. Yep, that's true. Parents are neither here nor there. Brothers and sisters, they come and go. But
Her
now,
dogs,
true horse, you don't leave your horse.
her dogs, and her horses.
I'm
Now,
sorry. I don't mean to laugh, guys. It's just
I
a
mean,
horse
your
is special.
yeah, I mean your dogs too. You know, your dogs, your animals. They're there. You know, and you see the pictures. I mean, you see her hugging that horse. She loved her horses. You know, and this is something she's been doing a long time, and she was very excited and she loved competitive riding.
But Lady R, that also that if you're saying that you don't believe that she would have walked away and left the horse, then that would mean that you don't think she willingly left the house.
But if she thought she was sneaking out with a boyfriend for a couple hours,
Right. Oh, and the boyfriend has been cleared, correct?
as far as I know, I mean, I know that Ellie's talked to him. I know that they've talked to him, and as far as I know, he's been cleared. Yes,
And the FBI has went to Bio Mom and Brother's house.
yes, they went to buy mom's house. I think they had a warrant for her DNA. Because you know they always take DNA from the parents, so they went, I think, with warrant to take her DNA. And I'm not sure if the warrant was, to search her house or what extent they do, but I'm telling you, from everything I've heard from friends and families and from brother, um, she didn't go to bio mom's house.
Right.
She didn't want to talk to bio mom anymore. When
Remain calm. What are you mad about? I've tried to click it up on the screen. It won't click up there. It says mad 121:13. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Okay, Discovering Truth says I just checked because I thought the name was made up, but there's actually a Joshua Allwine in Newman, Georgia. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I
that's
did.
it's Mickey Mouse's son.
Yes, it's the voice of Mickey Mouse. Yes, it's not. I wouldn't put any of their faults that I hadn't. There's a bunch of videos that Sleuth Mom and some of them have done, bringing up the same subject of him being 30 miles away.
30
From
miles away from where Kaylee was, and he
yes,
didn't get arrested until after Kaylee disappeared.
yes, maybe it makes you think though, don't it?
It what? You cut out.
Don't it make you think?
Yeah, it does. That's the same as like in the Summerwells case, the fact that Don Sharfy Jr. was in the business that he was in and what ramifications it could have had towards Summers' case. Because he he was caught with hundreds of pictures.
Mm, yeah, see, I didn't really follow that case.
Yeah. Lady R says, I don't know why this won't. My thing is behind for some reason. Lady R says, I was a manager for a horse track betting place. My brother still works for them. It's called Spartak in New Haven, Connecticut. They air all the horse races in USA. I can make a few calls for that. Please do, Lady R.
Yes, I mean, anything that gets her name out there. We're all for anything that gets her name out there. We want some coverage. We want people. We need to focus on one thing, and that's finding
Right.
every.
Romaine Calm is wanting to know, did she smoke weed or any drug that you all know of?
Sorry, my phone's ringing. Um, Everything else can be worked out once she's found. Let's just find her,
Right.
and that should be our main focus is just finding her and hopefully finding her in time.
Right. Lady R says, I think she willingly left the house and got snatched. I think she thought she was meeting someone for the first time and was going to be able to go back home, in my opinion, of course.
That is my opinion too, and that's absolutely what she thought she was gonna be like a typical teenager and sneak out of the house, and she'd be home probably before the parents, you know,
Realized she was gone.
realized she was gone, and um, and here we are almost 4 months later, and there's no trace, there's nothing, there's no lead, there's no.
Now, that interview that you guys did yesterday, the Crime Door interview, was that just the interview for the game, or was that going to be aired on a channel or something somewhere?
That's going to be aired on Crime Door. There's crimedoor.com.
Uh-huh.
We hadn't actually got the link or anything. It's going to be edited this week, and she said when they figure out what day it air, they'll let us know.
Okay.
I know that you can get the app called Crime Door.
Yes, but you can't get it on Google Play. I
Yeah,
tried that. It's not, no, it says my device is, it's not able to be downloaded on my type of device, which
huh.
is a laptop.
Oh, yeah, because it's a laptop, or
It
maybe
has, yeah, it has to
it
be,
has a
well, that's the
cell.
only place you can get Google Play.
Um, unless.
On, on the phones, it's the Play Store.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, you can load it on Google Play or um iOS.
Okay, Shauna says, It is a possibility that she met with someone. Kaylee had a tendency to not recognize danger. She had a very daring at times impulse. She was very daring at times. Impulsivity. I can't. I think she didn't agree that these things were dangerous. Well, most kids her age don't.
Exactly, exactly. Most don't. Most do not. And we had at her vigil, we had a April Brass Robinson. She's Go Against Trafficking. She's the founder and CEO of Go Against Trafficking, who spoke for about 20 minutes at the vigil. And I'm going to tell you, she gave out a lot of information that people are really not aware of, really not aware of. And when it comes to our children and social media sites and um, the dangers of, how many kids are actually trafficked from TikTok, or Facebook is becoming one of the, leaders in trafficking. How many times do you get a Facebook request from somebody from another country, or it's a fake profile,
Yeah.
you
Um,
know?
his Sally, if you're listening, I did just get your text, and yes, I have seen the aerial view. Um, and anybody else that's wanting to send text, my phone is dying, so it's not going to help to send text. Um, I'm sure Ellie has checked all the SOs in the area. I hope so.
I'm sure. I mean, I can't, speak on what they've done. We hope and pray that they're doing everything they can to find Kaylee.
Right.
And
Lady R says, I'm that person too. I know stuff that I would never say for fear of sounding crazy. Oh, I don't care. I say the stuff even if it makes me sound crazy.
hey, me too. And I have that, what they, I don't know, vomit mouth. You know what stuff comes out.
Yeah. His Sally, hello. And I guess you were listening. Yes, honey, I've seen the aerial view. Thank you. She sent me the aerial view that nerdy,
Yeah,
whatever, nerdy
yeah.
addict or whatever it is, put
Addict,
out.
nerd, they're both the same. Nerdy addict, nerd bird. They're all the same. They're, yeah, yeah. I
Thank you for
really,
sending it to me, though.
I really don't want to give them any attention at all. They don't. We we'll stick with Kaylee.
Okay. That's another story for another time, guys.
They'll get me on my soapbox.
Like Bohemian Pizza and Pong Table Crazy. Oh, wow. Really? I have never heard of it described that way. Bohemian Pizza and Pong Table Crazy. I would hate to have been you that next morning, should I say.
Right?
Discovering Truth says, me too, because I don't care if I sound crazy or not, because these days anything's possible. Absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you what, to work with families, like Brenda and Danny, you have to have thick skin because that's you. And here you are just trying to do a good thing, and I'm sure somebody's gonna rip this video apart. I'm sure there's gonna be lots of things I said on here tonight that people are not gonna do. You know,
I've not heard anything that you've said that anybody can take and rip and twist.
well, I mean,
Honestly.
but hey, you know how
I
people.
I know how people are, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I have not heard you say anything that could be twisted or turned.
Well, I hope I do Kaylee justice. I hope that I have opened eyes and answered questions. Um, you know,
You have answered every question that everybody has asked. So you can't do any more than that, sweetheart.
Right. And that's why I'm on here. That's why I'm on here. We're here to raise awareness. We're here to find Kay. And
Right.
Kaylee, if you're listening to this tonight, baby, you are loved. Your mom and dad mean so very much. I have watched your mom cry and cry. I've watched her pray and beg and plead for help for anything. Um, your dad misses you. Your horses miss you. They miss you a lot. They realize that you're not there, and they want you home. They want their baby girl back in their lives. They want to know that you're safe.
No matter what may have been taking place or have taken place
Right.
while you've been gone.
Exactly. No matter what. Give any of us a call. Reach out to any of us.
Anybody, any YouTuber, it doesn't matter.
If
Call
you're
somebody.
scared, call somebody. If you get a chance to run, run. You know, get to some,
You
tell them,
cut out.
call
You cut
911.
out, baby.
I
If
said,
you get a chance to place a comment in a chat of any of these YouTube channels, all you have to do is say, "I am Kaylee Jones, help me." And I
yes,
guarantee you, any YouTuber in this community will do everything they can to get to you.
yes, yes. Tell anybody, scream, holler, whatever you got to do, baby. Just know that you are loved, and we just want you safe. And your parents want you back no matter what, no matter what happened. They just want you.
Shauna says, yes, there's always ways to work through things. They just want their daughter, home safe. Discovering says, so she works with them. Sorry I missed the beginning. I just thought she was just friends. And Lady R says, nobody's going to rip you one in front of her. It says, not in front of me. They won't. I'll check someone quick. So,
And what I mean by working with them is I met them after Kaylee went missing, and
right,
I began to work with them, getting Kaylee's word out, her name out, and in the meantime, me and Brenda and Danny have become really good,
right.
and I hope
Well,
she's a lifetime friend.
guys, if y'all have any more questions for Shauna or for Sheila, either one, we've got like 10 minutes left to go. Or Sheila, if you or Shauna have anything you want to say. I
Uh,
mean, I think you did a great job talking to Kaylee just then, so
I mean,
I couldn't.
that we've covered everything that I had. I hope that I've covered any questions that everybody else has had, and if they didn't answer 'em, then too bad. I can't answer them if they're not asked.
Right, exactly. Um, oh, she said that she thought you might have been a therapist or a case manager or something.
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm just
Okay.
I live in the neighborhood, and I have a daughter that's 16.
Lady R says, Kayla, we are looking for you, girl. And please, if you can message anyone from any missing person's Facebook, someone will help you. Leave a note in a bathroom. Tell a gas station employee they will help you too.
Another thing I found out since doing all this, you can go to any bus station and show them a flyer of yourself, and they will put you on a bus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, they will pay for you to go home, no matter where you're at. Like Greyhound,
Yeah,
all you have to do is go in there and show them your missing flyer, and they will give you the help that they will get you home.
I don't mean to repeat what you just said, but you did cut out a couple of times, so I'm just going to repeat it for everybody so they understood everything. If any missing person can get a hold of one of their missing person flyers and take it into a Greyhound bus station, and I'm sure it would work for pretty much any bus station in the nation, show it to an attendant, they will put you on a bus and send you home.
Or get you the appropriate, you know.
Yeah, or get you the appropriate authorities so that you can get home. Lady R says Sheila is just a neighborhood angel.
Thank you. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to.
She also says, yes, Greyhound bus stations will pay for your ticket if you're a missing person. That's absolutely correct.
And you don't have to be a minor, it's any person.
Yeah. Discovering the Truth says, so Kaylee had a boyfriend, but it's not the guy she was talking to online. Is that who she thought or referred to as her boyfriend? No, that is two separate people.
She had a boyfriend and she was also texting several other people on her cell phone. That they found on her cell phone several people that she was texting, different guys. And then on her computer was not her boyfriend on the Omegle. That was someone different that we don't know who it was.
Right. Tina, and trust me, guys, no matter how this sounds, Tina is a minister. She loves children and that she's only out for their best interest. But she says, sounds like the girl made a misstep and got herself in trouble. And I only say that, Tina, because it sounded a little rough to me. So I just,
But I mean, it's truth. I mean, we all do. I mean, I told you earlier, I met my boyfriend 3 years ago on POF, and I moved here from Texas, and we've been together every day since we met. That's very. I am so very lucky that he was a good. But before him, as an adult, knowing all of these things, I still got swept up online with some of these guys and got myself into some sketchy stuff. And I was a grown woman. I knew
right,
I knew what could happen to you. And
right.
I still got swept up in it. You know, and I could very well have been the next missing poster flyer.
Tina, you didn't have to say sorry. I was just letting everybody know that you didn't mean how it sounded. Maybe it just sounded that way to me. I don't know. Tina is the most lovingest person that y'all will ever want to meet.
But I mean, I took it like she said it, you know, just like
Okay.
we mess up, and sometimes those mistakes aren't easy to fix. Or
She
they up in the arms of a trafficker.
um she says I meant that it sounds like she probably snuck out to meet someone thinking she would come home and got snatched or something along those lines. I know. I'm just always looking to protect or whatever, I guess. Remain Calm says, Tina, I just seen you, so hey there. Okay. um, well, I don't know how much good this has done other than to hopefully shed a little light on the parents so that they don't. My part in making them look bad is lightened up a little bit. I did not mean that to happen. I just I would rather, okay, this is the way I look at things, okay, Sheila? And so maybe you can explain it to them. I would much rather accuse a parent and be wrong than to not look at the parents just because they're parents and then be right. You know what I mean?
True, true. But like like we talked about earlier, and you the same way I do, with all of these agencies being involved, if there was a slight chance that they thought the parents were involved, don't you know that with all of those agencies, they would be calming their place like,
Yeah,
ugh,
yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And that's one of the reasons.
we wouldn't be able to stir the law enforcement out here with a stick. It would be so thick.
Right.
And
And that's why I'm saying that I'm, looking. That's another reason why I'm on here trying to bring more light to her case because, there must be something else going on.
yeah, I mean, and it's got to be stuff that even us closest to the family don't even know because we're in the dark too. The community don't need to think that they're the only ones in the dark
Right.
because we're in the dark too.
Lady R says, Sheila and Shauna, thank you both for coming and helping Kaylee's mom and speaking with and for her. Bless you both so much.
It's very hard for them to do these interviews. When they do an interview or you know they have to get out and pass out flyers or they have to speak publicly, it physically makes them sick. Physically makes sick.
Well,
And
you tell them anytime if they want to come on, and they are more than welcome to come on my panel. I'll even keep my mouth shut, and they can have only their say
yeah, but
if that's what they want.
it's just so hard because even though it's real and it's real, it just makes it even more real when you have just
Right. I'm just saying, just
yeah,
that if they need a platform to get their,
yeah.
something they want to say out, they are more than welcome to come up here anytime.
Well, they're hoping that I can get get it across tonight, and I hope Brenda and Danny, if y'all are listening, that I did y'all, I
Sheila,
hope
you did just fine, honey. You did.
I hope I did Kaylee justice. So she I cannot wait to meet her and wrap my arms around her, and my daughter is can't wait for her to get home. She already considers her a friend of hers. She's like, I know we'd get along.
Right.
Got too much in common to not get along.
But don't
Um,
you worry about that. You did just fine. I promise you, you did.
well,
If
thank
if
you,
there
and
was, if you had said anything that I thought somebody could honestly twist and make it sound like it something it wasn't, I would correct you, or I would make sure it was straightened out before we get off here.
yeah, yeah, and I appreciate you giving me a platform to come up on and bring know some
Yeah.
light to what's going on.
Well, like I said, for whatever part I've had in maybe bringing something down on the parents, if it's not deserved, then I do apologize. I mean, and I can't. I say if it's like the alleged. It's just part of YouTube talk. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
See, Lady R says, Sheila, you did great. You're doing great.
Thank you, thank you.
But I mean,
I, you know what? I'm doing what I would hope somebody would do to me. My daughter that was, and that's what
right,
I try to think about. If these people are picking up, if they picked up Kaylee's neighborhood and they're say a sex trafficker, or they're an older person who's groomed her that they want to keep her for themselves, you know, that they're not sex, but they
right.
want to keep them for themselves, an older gentleman, whatever. Um, you know, I would just hope that if it's my daughter, that I would have good people to come to me and really help and not
Well,
try to just enter the case, but to help the case.
right. And I do say that I would 100% say that all these agencies would not be involved if there was not something to her being taken out of state and out of the country. I mean,
I mean,
That's just
that's
facts.
too. That's our thoughts too. You know, there has to be some reason that that it went above the eye, you know,
Right.
and become. I mean, I know FBI brother and bio mom are in Illinois. You know, they're from Florida. You know, so there's a lot of state lines in between Florida and Illinois.
Illinois, yeah. You're breaking up really bad again. But
So
I will ask
I'm back.
anybody that's watching right now or anybody that may watch this live stream, please share Kaylee's story. Get her name, her story, her name, her face. Get it out there as much as possible. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you can share it on.
And if they want to this video, I'm okay with it. I
If
mean,
they what, honey?
if they want to use what I've said tonight, I'm okay with it.
Absolutely, as long as it's done for good. If I find that this video has been used to try to make someone look bad, I will strike them.
Because I mean, that's not why we're out here. We're out here to find Kaylee.
Right.
We're out here to find Kaylee, and we just want to find Kaylee. And like I said, Kaylee, baby, if you're watching, contact some of us. Hey, even your art teacher said you know how to get in touch with her. She said she knows. That's one person she knows how to get in touch.
Her art teacher.
Her art teacher, she said, please, baby, if you're out there, contact her. We'll pick you up anywhere you're at. And Kaylee was very, very close with her art teacher.
Right.
And there's plenty of us, Kaylee, that would do the same thing. But that's somebody that you trust, and you love. So just reach out to some of us if you're able.
Okay. Sheila, anytime you or Shauna or the Joneses want to have a platform to say anything, you're more than welcome to get back a hold of me. We can do this again next week if you want to. I don't have a problem in the world. Just try and keep her name and picture and story and all that out there. And I mean, we've got to do something.
I don't know
we can't save every one of them, but we can try saving one at a time.
exactly. We can do our best, and like I said, Anna's out there, boots on the ground, because we have another child in the neighboring county. She lives in the neighboring county, and this child's actually from the county she lives in. The other one
Right.
earlier. I'm not going to pronounce the name because I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I know I'll botch it up.
What the young man that they're looking at for? Hang on a minute. Oh, I had it. Yaron
You're on.
Kathuri. Kathuri.
Okay.
Yaron Kathuri. And I was just fixing to talk about that. I was going to say, guys, I did a video about this young man. He just recently has gone missing. Please check out the video. Please share it. Please get his name and his picture and his information out there.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, I mean, that goes for all the kids that I do videos on, but still.
Yes. There's so many ones right now going missing. So many. You keep track of all of them.
And I've thought a couple of times, and I will probably get somebody coming at me over this, but I've got to say it. I've been wanting to say it for the last 6 months. I'm starting to wonder if it isn't the rapture, and they're just taking all the kids first.
I mean,
they're disappearing that quick.
yes, I know. It's unbelievable.
Tina, don't jump on me for that.
And you can't hold your kid's hand 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to keep them safe. that's just unrealistic.
Right.
We can't do, especially at Kaylee. So,
Yes, there are 2 kids missing in neighboring counties. Um, Kaylee is from Carroll County, and uh, Euron is from the Douglas
uh,
County, from Douglasville.
and they found his car at Arbor Place Mall yesterday, I want to say.
No, I
Um,
think it was Thursday. Did
yeah,
they
and
say Thursday?
yeah, and he's nowhere to be found. They got video of him walking away from his car, and that's it.
Right. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I've been on here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Um, I would, if the connections and everything was good, I wouldn't care to stay on here for 12 hours. It don't bother me. But with the connections and everything,
Yeah,
I'm
and my
gonna.
about to die.
Yeah, well, my phone's about to die too, and the computer probably is too. Thank you all for showing up. Please share the video so that more people can see it, so more people can understand the truth about these parents, that they're not the god awful parents that, it's been made out that they are. They're just nervous and unsure of what to do, where to turn next. They don't know which way the cat's going to jump, basically. Thank you, Shalima. She says she just shared it. Hello, Mike. I have never seen you in here, Mike. Huh. Okay. Well, welcome, Mike. I'm glad you're here. Um, well, normally I recognize the names and faces and stuff.
Right, right.
Discovering says thank you, Nana, and thank you, Sheila, for spreading awareness, and hopefully she's found soon. Yes, hopefully she is.
Hopefully she is. Our fingers crossed and prayers, lots of prayers.
Yes, pray prayers no matter what
Not,
God you believe in. But
not only for Kaylee, but her family, her friends, and this law enforcement that's out here working hopefully day and night to bring her home.
right. Okay, doke, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Um, I don't know if I'll be going live tomorrow or just another video, but we'll be doing something. So don't forget, guys, we're working on Kadar Williamson and Jessica Herringa this week. And that was only because there was a hang up with the wheel, and they was reported that Kadar was already found, and she really wasn't. His Sally called the police department and found out that Kadar, even if you find it online, it says she has been found and is returned safe. She has not been. So please get that out there too. Sheila, I will talk to you sometime tomorrow, I'm sure.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, hon. Thank you, Shauna, for coming and helping out, and thank everybody for being here. And we will see you tomorrow. Say prayers for all the kids and all the people, and I will see you guys later.
Thank you. Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye, hon.